In this video, I'm going to establish virtual host on Toronto machine. So first of all, I'll check that what is the firewall status. So it's already public. Zone must be public when we start this setup. Um, Now I have already done the etc host setting. So here you see that my both machines are set up. I can ping them. This is Toronto, so if I check pinging to Montreal, I want to give only 4 pings, so count 4. So it's pinging. Okay. Next step is that we need to install our HTTPD server. So first, let me update my DNF repository. It's already set up. AppStream and Base OS are set up. Next, I am going to install HTTPD. Asterisk I'm using so that the HTTPD tools are also installed. Total 20 packages will be installed, where HTTPD tools are also installed, mod tools are also installed. So it is done. After that, I will add services of Hypertext Transfer Protocol and Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Means HTTP and HTTPS services I need to add, and for that you know that we have firewall cmd command with add service permanent. So both services are added. Now if I check the list, here you see that reload I have to do first. Now it's showing the updated list of services which include HTTPD and HTTPS and HTTP both. Okay, now we need to start enable and check the status of HTTPD service. So it's enabled. Now we will start it. And then we will check the status. So it's active and running. Okay. So this is done. It means now we can check the Apache test page if our Apache server is running It is loaded at /var /www /html, and it means that when we open Firefox with this local host, it should show the Red Hat test page. You can open Firefox if you want to do from terminal, and give the loopback address or local host, same thing both. Otherwise, from activities you can select Firefox and open it. So here you see that by default the Red Hat test page, which is stored at /var /www /html, is shown. Because currently we have not created any web host, so this is the default location from where it is fetching the Red Hat test page. Now either we can update the httpd conf file, which is inside /etc /httpd a directory, which has an httpd.conf /conf, which has the httpd.conf file, or we can separately create virtual host files. But in the start, I'm telling you to edit the httpd.conf file. So first let's I'm changing the directory, and here you see that we have httpd.conf file. So I'm opening it using nano or using vi. You can edit it. At the start it is in the command mode, so I am setting the numbers, and then I want to go to 380, let's say. So the last line is actually 358, and it has include optional conf.d. We have to add our website information below it. So this is a really long file. Here you see different things are defined here. Um, so to add virtual hosts, we need to define the following two tags: virtual host, where next to it we give the IP and the port where this virtual host will be accessed. So 80 by default is the virtual host port, which is read by HTTPD server to get information about that website. And inside that virtual host tag, you can see there is a document root and a server name. Document root is the path of that folder which will have your virtual host documents, HTML files, and server name is the name of the website which a client can give as a URL to access this website. So first you must create I'm going to create the virtual host tags first, and after that I will create uh, a directory candy store at this location, which I will specify in document root, and another website. For another website, I will create a bakery document root to give it. Now please make sure that since this is my candy store and my bakery, add your Humber ID digit at the end to distinguish from another student's candy store or bakery website. Okay, so in VI, I am switching to insert mode by pressing I, and then I am pressing enter so that I can start adding the virtual host tag. Since this is Toronto and my IP address is 10.10.10.6, after that I will give the port address at the starting tag of virtual host. On the next line, I will give document root. Please keep the spelling the same that is written and check for the spaces also. I am about to create the candy store folder inside slash where slash www location, and here I am giving 8585, which is my ID. After that I will give a server name. Okay, and then I will give the ending tag for this virtual host. Check for the spelling, it must match with the starting tag. Okay. Okay, now I will just copy and paste these 4 lines for the other document, but I have to be in command mode. So I'm pressing escape, and then I want to copy 4 lines. So 4pp. Um, okay, not now. I'm just doing the same. Okay, so these tools are complete. Now just save this file by WQ and exit. Okay, after adding changes, you need to check for any syntax error by giving httpd -t. This error, it's showing that this server name or the name that I'm using for candy store and bakery is not defined in etc host file. So we should update these names in that file. So here I am giving bakery 8585.com and candy store 8585.com. Okay, after that, I have to create those directories candy store and bakery because they don't exist. I have not defined the long name for this, so we can use a separate line also. Okay, so I'm repeating the same IP address of my Toronto machine for bakery.com bakery.com and only bakery. Okay. Okay, so that's done. Now I have to restart the httpd.service. because I have made changes to the configuration file of HTTPD, so I have to restart HTTPD service after every modification in that file. And then I have to create the folder candy store and bakery 8585 at these locations. So mkdir, since these locations are in the root directory, so I'll use sudo, but I will change the ownership later on to this Toronto Tanya user. So both of these folders are created, and after that I'll change the ownership. And do the same thing for bakery. To confirm that the ownership has been changed, one more thing that I will give it a ch mode mean permission of 755 so that HTTPD can read files from this. So sudo ch mode 755 -r, and the same thing for the other directory. Okay. So if I want to verify that the permissions are intact, let's check. So you see that in /var/www these two directories are owned by YYZ Tanya, and the directory permissions are that read and execute is possible by uh, the group, and HTTPD can read the pages. So let's now create page inside it. An HTML page I'm going to create inside bakery and inside candy store. How I'm going to create it, you can use sudo nano, or you can use any redirection, whatever. sorry, let me change into here. I am creating index.html. Here I am writing h1 tag and writing hello message. This is a h1 heading inside that, and if you want you can add more lines, but for now I'm just adding one line. Save and exit. ls to check, ls minus l to confirm that it is owned by Tanya. No, it is owned by root, so it should be change its ownership. First I'm changing its permissions, and then I'm changing its ownership. Hmm. Hmm. This is the command to change the permissions, ownership, sorry. Now if you see, now this index.html is owned by YYZ Tanya and the permissions are also changed. Here I have changed the permissions. So you see the permissions are changed as well as the ownership is changed. So YYZ Tanya is the owner. Okay, same thing, you will create another index.html file in bakery. So cd one step up to come out of candy store and then cd into bakery. Okay. Then we are going to use nano index.html. I'm not using sudo, otherwise the root will be the owner of this file. And here I'm writing the message h1 welcome from Tanya's bakery. Enjoy sweet treats. Ending the tag, save it. Okay, ls minus l. Okay, so it is already owned by YYZ Tanya because I have not used sudo this time, but its permission need to be changed. So chmod 755 to index.html. Okay, Sorry, once again. Okay, now the directories, virtual host directories are created. We have changed the permissions, we have changed the ownership, and we have added index.html page at both location. Uh, so what next is that we have to create a SC Linux context so that this is readable by HTTPD, and also you know that how to do that using sudo sc manage command. Okay, so let's do that for each directory for virtual host. I type http d sys read write content underscore t, yes, small t. Okay, so this is the type of directory which is readable by HTTPD. So that's why we are giving it this context. Next comes the path. Complete path of this directory must be mentioned. And after that, since everything in it should be readable by HTTPD, so we are writing slash dot asterisk question mark, and that's it. And since this is sorry, question marks should be outside, and then inverted commas closed. Okay, this is applied. Do the same thing for bakery. You can be anywhere in your Red Hat to give this command, but at least the path should be correct. Okay, so both are applied now, and now we need to open Firefox and check whether our candy store and our bakery are opening or not. Yes, candy store is accessible. Now check for bakery. Yes, so both our virtual hosts are created, and using a browser by giving the server name that you have defined inside httpd.conf file, you can access the index.html page of your website. So two websites or web hosts, virtual hosts you have created on your Toronto machine, and they are accessible.